Hello guys, and welcome to Why IT is for You. My name is Sharwin, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got into the IT field. So, I started working, you should probably never start a sentence but started working at a company, and I'm not going to disclose any company names here, so don't look forward to that. Started working for this one company as a security officer, and I had so many IT figures, role models around me at the time, and I still do. But I was working as a security officer for one company, and while I was there, I used to root my Android phones a lot. Now, for those who don't know what rooting is, it's basically modifying your phone to suit whatever it is that you wanted it to do, whether you wanted to save more battery life or you wanted it to move faster or whatever the case may have been. You can actually look it up if you would like, and you can learn a lot more about how to root Android devices. So I'm working as a security officer for this company. And while I'm there, there's a IT professional there, and he's noticing what I'm doing with these devices. I would actually show it off to him. So he encouraged me actually to join the IT field or join his IT team. And while I was there, I was thinking about it, but at the same time, I was more so thinking about becoming a police officer. So I kind of turned down his offer and encouragement into joining the IT role or joining the IT field. So then after some time had passed, I realized that the police thing was not moving as fast as I had hoped. So with that, I reached back out to him, and then I asked him exactly how to get there, if he took any schooling or if he had any certifications or what was the case, like how did he get there? And he actually explained to me that he had nothing. He just knew a lot about computers, and that was pretty much what got him inside the door was information. So I knew I didn't have that. So what I did was I asked him what he thought I would need, and he gave me advice, different certifications to get, and he also said if I wanted to go back to school, that would be something to do as well. So after speaking with him, I actually spoke to a couple of other IT professionals that I know that work with me at other jobs, and they had explained that, you know what, you can get certification, you can get any certification that you want, but there's this one basic certification that'll get you an interview. And that certification is CompTIA A+. So what I did was, started studying for this CompTIA A+. And while I was studying, I realized really quickly that I had no idea what they were talking about inside of this book and in the videos. So I continued studying, trying to push myself. Wasn't working. I went online, I was looking at certain videos. I'm not even gonna tell you the videos I was looking at because I don't want you to get discouraged. It wasn't them, it was me. I had no idea what certain things were. So after that, I kind of got discouraged, and I fell back in the place where, you know what, I was thinking, I'm gonna just go ahead and wait for the police thing to go off, and then I'll just become a police officer and my life would be great. A couple months later, realized that was not working out again. So then what I decided to do, I told myself, hey, listen, I gotta get the certification. No matter what, I gotta figure it out, and I gotta get the certification. So I started studying again, but this time I knew that just studying wasn't gonna work out for me. So I had wrote this long page to myself pretty much, but I wrote it for the IT manager for the company that I was working for. But I was explaining to myself within this page of why I wanted to join the IT field. It was a long page and a half, I think almost 2 pages. But it was long, of reasons as to why I wanted to join the IT field. I had to convince myself before I could convince somebody else what I was thinking. So I did that. I emailed it off to the manager, and a couple days after, he emailed me back and he was like, hey, listen, I'd like to talk with you if you could pop in my office on such and such date and such time. And that's exactly what I did. I popped right in the office. When I got there, I had explained to him exactly what I was looking for in the IT role or IT position. I had no previous experience, never did it before, but I let him know that, hey, listen, I'm studying, trying to get the certification, but there's no way, in my mind, I think I'm gonna get the certification if I don't get to actually physically play around with certain hardware and fully understand what certain hardware do. And he said, okay, well listen, just so happens we got a project going on, so would you like to help? And that's exactly what I did. started working on the project. It was an implementation of a certain program for the company. But they had a lot of hardware that needed to be installed, and I mean, they needed a large group of people in order to help implement this project. So we hired myself as well as some others on the team. So then what I started doing was I was working in pretty much whatever I was working and studying, and whatever I didn't know whenever I was studying, I was going to work and figure it out. There was one individual that was actually at the job as well that I was working very closely with, and whatever questions I had, I would shoot to him and he would go ahead and explain it to me. I'm not going to even give his name, but he was there, and he was a big part of the reason as to why I was able to even pass that test as fast as I did. Because I think it would have definitely took me a lot longer had I not even asked for help or anything. So while I'm there studying, and I'm not even gonna tell you right now how I was studying, but I'm working and I'm studying. Now, if you're following, I said I was a security officer working. Now I'm working in IT. I'm helping them with a project and I'm studying. So I'm doing this. 9 months later, I go for the certification test. I go for a 901 and boom, I pass. After that, I was so hyped. I was like, you know what? I can definitely do this. This is something that I can definitely take advantage of. I'm there halfway because now I gotta take 902. So I started studying for 902. Now, for those who know the CompTIA A+ exam, the second part is not hardware, it's more OS. And that's operating systems for you, those of you who don't know. And pretty much I had to learn a little bit about Linux, the OS system. I had to learn a little bit about Microsoft Windows 7. I also had to learn a little bit about Mac. Mac was on there too. They went a little bit into security, I believe, with that part. And I'm pretty sure there was some others, I just can't remember everything right now. But the second part was completely different than learning hardware. And I had, remember, been studying for so long with just hardware. So I ended up taking the second part quicker than I took the first part. It took me a couple months for the first part, but the second part I'm like, listen, you know what, I got this, I can do this. So I went to go take it. And what a lot of people don't know is I actually failed the first time that I took it. That's right, failed. You would have thought that would have discouraged me, but it didn't. Instead, motivated me even more, and I said, you know what, when I come back, I need to come back a lot harder, and I need to get this certification. This certification is my gateway out of my security officer role, and I need to do it. I'm pretty sure there could have been a lot of other jobs that I could have done, but at that moment, that's what I was thinking. I need this to get out. So I went back to the books, went back to the videos, went back to the partner that I was working with, went back to the other individuals in the IT field that I look at as role models that were helping and encourage me to get to where I am today. And I asked them, I drilled them with questions. I asked them, what is this? How do you do this? I don't understand how this is working. And they broke down everything to me. After that, I went back and I took the test, 902, and I passed. And next thing you know, I had a certification in my hand. So I went from having absolutely nothing within a couple months to having a nice certification that I can start to get interviewed with. I'm not gonna say a job because it all depends on that person if you're gonna get the job or not. So after I got the certification, I went back to the manager. I said, hey, listen, I got a certification now. Can we talk about a job position? Full time. And he actually gave me an offer, which was awesome. I couldn't believe I was even gonna get one. Got an offer with him. The only thing was the time wasn't gonna work out for me because I actually had some other responsibilities that I had to take care of at home. So what I did was I had to, what's the word that I want to use? I had to decline it, but I wanted to make it sound a lot more dramatic. Like I didn't want to decline it, but I had to decline it. But it was also my first IT job, so it was like, I really did want to stay, but I knew at the time with what I needed, the time frame that I needed, it was not gonna work. So I did. I let them know that I wouldn't be able to do that, and after that, I had moved on to now. Actually, no, the first time I was able to do it, But then after some time, I realized I wasn't going to be able to do it. So anyways, I had posted my resume online with that CompTIA A+ logo proudly on top of my resume. Put it online, and let me tell you, the following week, I'm not going to say the following day, the following week, my phone started blowing up every day, job offers. My email blowing up every day with job offers. I was getting job offers left and right. I couldn't even believe it. I only had one certification, but apparently it's a really big one. Although it's an entry-level cert, it's still a really big step to entering the IT field, and there's a lot of companies that would love to grab you off the street if you have the certification and a little bit of, experience. So, recommendation for me personally, get the CompTIA if you have nothing. Starting from the ground, get CompTIA A+. That's something that can pretty much get you off the ground, get you on your feet, and from there, you can figure out how you're gonna start running. But back to the story. So I then put my resume online. After that, I got a couple job hits. Certain companies called me. One company called me with a better offer than the rest, and I decided I was gonna go with them, and that's where I'm at today. Now to go back to that part where I skipped it, I said I'm not gonna talk about it too much. I was working about 65 to 70 hours a week, and like I said, I had other responsibilities, not for myself, but for a little one as well. And thank God I had my fiance, and I still have my fiance. I mean, had her, still have her. And she helped me out with a lot of things that I needed done at home. And I mean, just to think about 65 to 70 hours of putting in with work time and studying on top of that, plus dealing with responsibilities on top of that. I hear so many individuals that are discouraged and saying, you know what, I don't have time for it, or I can't do it, or it's not going to work out for me. I want to do it, but I can't do it. I have to do X, Y, Z. And honestly, like, I don't see, there's no excuse. There's no excuses. You want it, go and get it. And that's pretty much how this world works, right? If you want something, you got to put in the work for it. And that's the only way you're going to get it. I mean, I watch YouTube too. I mean, there's TV right there. I watch YouTube right on that thing if I need to, but then I have my computer right in front of me, and if I need to get work done there, and if not, I have my laptop, I'll take it to go, whatever the case may be, and then I have my phone. I'm talking to you guys on my phone right now. So there's really no excuses. You really gotta settle down and understand that, you know what, if there's something that you really want, and you're motivated to get it, or maybe you're not motivated, but it's something that you really think that you want, do a little bit of research and see exactly why you want to get into the IT field. So that way that can help possibly motivate you and get you on the right foot. But I just pretty much wanted to make this video just to start off by introducing myself, so that way you guys get to know me a little bit more and as to why I want to do this YouTube channel. Because I'm still at the beginner step. I only have the CompTIA A+ certification. Right now I'm studying for the Network Plus, and that's where I'm pretty much gonna take steps slowly from there and see exactly what I'm gonna do after that certification. But right now that's what I'm going for. And I truly believe that there's a lot of individuals out there, and you guys can do it too, but you guys are just not sure and not as confident or not as motivated or not as into it as you should be. But just understand that there's so much avenues within the IT field as well that you can step into. It doesn't have to be my role. I started off with, like I said, PC support. It wasn't really help desk so much. It was more PC support, and now I'm a field tech. And after here, I have no idea. Who knows? Maybe, within a couple months to a year to 2 years, I'll take up a new job role. Who knows? But the biggest step is actually taking the first one, and you gotta do it, you know what I mean? You gotta do it. Grinding, you gotta put in that work, you gotta put in that time, you gotta do it. There's nobody that's gonna do it for you. I mean, I could talk to you all day, all night, but it's really not gonna do anything for you if you don't stop watching me and you don't start to study. Honestly, why are you still here? Peace.